I give you a pass now.
Bring her now, but maybe just with me so that I can follow you. And say, join the pass.
But now one seat, oh.
Why you give me one seat? Now not carry you.
My brother, you pay for the girl.
So that I will do what he can do. Take, do the dirty work.
If it bothers you how a simple radio guy gets to pull highly rated celebrity performances to his event without having all the big budget of major brands, then you should get a clue from Chris the Razor.
You know the industry, the way it works, it's all about communication, and at the same time you have a little scratch my back, I scratch your back. You hear a whole lot of people talking about paying dues in the industry, right? So basically in every industry you find yourself in, you pay dues, you get to a point where people pay dues to you. It's like you pay dues to someone else, other people pay dues to you, they show you love, they show you support. So basically, yeah, I know a couple of people in the industry. Osh Baby knows a couple of people in the industry also. Godwin knows a couple of people in the industry. And, we have reputations, and, we got connections. We got people that want to work with us, So, hey, I mean, you do me a favor now, I do you a favor later, and basically everything works out well. So, that's all I can say about it. We're good.
Yes, so Skooky don't call us. When I want to Skooky there.
Skooky,
the committee of
Skooky, when I come do red carpet now, Skooky.
I will tell you now, he sent money to me now, but how much I expect?
No room.
No, but basically, chairman is chairman. It's when you're expecting Boa from chairman, you can't give Bo. But chairman still be chairman. You understand? Boa would have been better because it's Boa. Bo. Now one. But Chair did what he could do because he wasn't going to be around, so. Chairman, don't send me money, not be waiting I think.
You attend events, you enjoy the show, you think you've seen it all? Watch this setup for more, exclusive to REDTV.
When you're doing a show this big, it takes all your time. Sometimes you don't even have joke to tell, but you rely on your sixth sense. That's what's about to happen tomorrow. Because that's what we're born to do, to freestyle. Spontaneity, because now only God fear person. You understand? See ya. Where's your list? Review it with Godwin, please. 2 o'clock. Yeah. Is that one?
In Jesus'
Amen.
name. Thank you, Master Jesus, for this gathering. And even at the end of this gathering, Father, we shall make positive decisions that will affect countries of Osh Baby in a positive way. In Jesus' mighty name. The great.
Chin-chin. Chin-chin is going to be in S's. Chin-chin it's a chin-chin show. Chin-chin everywhere. Even regular, we eat chin-chin. So they have something to snack on, basically, like. So some people, the chin-chin will be sausage. You understand me? Most people bought for $1 million. Most people could not even pay up to $1 million, but we don't tell that to everybody. It's a show, and for those people that could support and go all the way, we salute. But when somebody come and be a sponsor or probably be partners at the concert, I was only just telling them to know that, okay, you see the chin-chin is everywhere. People will eat chin-chin. I could not afford to buy small chops. I even said it during the show. I said, I'm not going to pay for small chops, when I hear the amount. Because it only end up saying that your table of 1 million. If I pack food full, and that means not 200 you pay. It's not a food show, it's a comedy show. Just come enjoy yourself.
Coming up, veteran comedian and a trip to Jamaica blockbuster movie producer, AY, who is the only comedian in history to have sold out the full expo hall of the Echo Hotel and Suite back-to-back, walks into the meeting hall and was welcomed with a well-deserved standing ovation.
Yeah, we're here, it's behind the scenes, basically Ush Baby's Chronicles of Ush Baby, Your Daddy, 7 years strong. So we're trying to like get our stuff together, basically, you know, logistics, trying to like work on the routine and do a little, you know, sound check and all. So yeah, rehearsals.
Oh, King. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for my boss, my master, please. Oh, the King.
Producer of 10 Days in Sun City.
Yes, sir. Oh, the King. Everybody stand up.
Joy, sit down. Come on, you want to destroy the King. You want to destroy the King. What's wrong with you? You understand? So that got me. That got a lot of my guys. And I said, come on, it's not enough to clap. Everybody stand up and hail the general. He's the only comedian that can sell out that entire venue. Without the biggest musicians, you understand? And he does that, so respect to the boss. He's taught me everything I know. Everything I know in concert production, everything I know in event management, everything I know in stand-up comedy. I'll probably pin it up to AY because from my days as an undergraduate in the university till when I born my Peking, when I have my issues, AY call straight up. First dial, speed dial, you understand? So you should understand what the relationship is, and it was fantastic. Complimentary, yeah. We go, sorry. Your hips are on the way. I would just. I did. Congrats on.
Now, wait on. Please, I don't want to sit down and beg.
Congrats on, it's a rap.
Now, wait on.
What's your waist not soft? And it's an African.
AY is the king of events in Nigeria, and if someone is the king of events, if king of anything in Nigeria, invariably you are the king of the team in Africa. Our best artists are the best in Africa. I mean, we can't overemphasize that. So I mean that when AY walks into that event, that meeting rather, everything changed because whatever he says, even if we have been planning 1,000,000.1 things, if AY says this thing you are doing is not going to work, my brother, will it work?
Good lineup of artists.
Look what you balance.
And you do not plan your timing well. People may not enjoy those big acts. And also for the artists, if I'm more over there aware, let the artists know that it's not their album launch.
Yes, their song.
Yeah. So the one or two, the one we get one, we they know. One and go. Now that one.
Yeah.
The one we get two. Now the two.
Into the house.
Okay, but for the producer and Ush Baby, the Chronicles of Ush Baby live. It's gonna be popping tomorrow. If you're not here tomorrow, to the breeze, don't want to be here with no drinks. Come here, come and turn up, come and have fun. You're gonna meet twerkers, you're gonna meet comedians, you're gonna laugh out your life.
So, senior man, now you be one jam.
This is the 7th edition of the Chronicles of Ush Baby, and it's bagged to be better. But unlike previous editions, the event is taking place at a bigger and more prestigious location, Echo Hotel and Suites. Tensions running high. The pressure is on. Will it be a success?
Show the ritual, Baba go help. Maximum Security is live at the Chronicle of Ush Baby, happening now at the hotel. We're part of the security team providing security for this event.
What we're doing here basically is just to receive guests, high-profile guests. This is, like, as you can see, this is the VIP walkway. There's a regular walkway. The guys on suit are going to be walking here strictly for the VIP guests, to receive the VIP guests.
We've had some issues like people trying to come in without their tickets, trying to look for like an illegal way of coming in, legal means of coming in, like through some illegal means anyway. This time around we have to tackle the problem. The problem, like everybody, like have to be more strict with people. Everybody have to come in with their tickets.
everyone, my name is Nelson Jack. I'm the technical director for Your Daddy 7. I'm a set designer.
Not effects, I'm all about effects.
CEO Nelson Jack Music and everything good. Put the stage together, construction and everything. Come, sorry, excuse me. Why is the center screen not on?
It's on actually, but there's no feed on it.
They should put a feed on it now. Graphics, anything. So we're on that. Follow me.
Go across the church.
Okay.
The officials, and you'll see them sitting at the front.
Wait, Kazim for me,
it's a small part.
No, I know. I want the guy who wants to do it. I might even do it for free. Call the, what's his name, Kazim. Come with a hammer and tape proof for me immediately.
You never know. You never know. There may be something in maybe one day they do.
Let's get it. Yeah, you know that kind of thing. Yeah. So who do I speak to?
You'll see them over there. They're in, at the screen side. You'll see them all. Government officials. You'll see them.
Okay, cool. Okay, sorry.
I bet you get one screen.
Follow me to the. Daniel, why is that screen not on now? It's Bash in the building. But why should be Jolly in the K450K into the Aza? The one is going on. Why? And somebody will tell you that kind of thing and you accept it. Take, pull me up. How far the weather? Take on. More.
Almost the same time.
You don't like it? Can you do better? I want to do to change the color now. Okay, cool. But does it cover everywhere wide enough? Has he given you all the logos he wants to play, or you are using a system? I'm not taking any more videos from anybody. Then, where's my logo in all this? Is it there? Huh? Yes. Let me see it.
Yes, and this is the VIP ticket, and this is the regular ticket. And this is the entrance point. This point is called POE, the point of entry. This is the funniest point in the event, the whole event, because when people come in, they come in humble. And they come in, they can tell you, if you ask them the name of their mothers, their fathers, even their aunties, even their dogs, they will come in. But when they stay here and they get to stay here longer than 5 minutes, believe me, you'll be the enemy. So we try as much as possible not to clog this area, to make sure there's a smooth sail from your point of entry. You tender your ticket here, and when you tender your ticket, this is the regular ticket, which was sold for 5,000 naira, and this is the regular wristband. You see, this wristband is called the vinyl, so it glows at night. At night, you see, it just bling a bit. You understand? So the whole place will have that sparkly effect.
Coming up, tension escalates at the lobby of the event hall. While preparations to get the expo hall ready for the event went on, with high hopes of having an each-free event, tensions at the security post by the lobby of the main hall suddenly escalates. Event organizers sometimes don't know all that happens during the event. Or do they?
I wasn't aware.
Yes.
I didn't know.
So when the question of issues they're not aware of pops up, you get a response like this.
They took care of him. They didn't want it to.
Feel wrong. Feel wrong. People insult you. Yeah? People insult you. The highest you can do is just push him out.
So because of professionalism, I expect the security will not to touch anybody. So I've not paid them company. But they sorted it. They brought a replacement. They drove that person away. But that part didn't go right well with me. Whether the person was working for me or not, you don't touch a human being. I wouldn't like that, ever.
Just 5 minutes. That was Shola. Shola did my phone 1 second.
BNL rapper Lil Kesh finds himself having issues with one of the spy police stationed at the Backstage.
For some reason, I don't know, is it that like bouncers don't know the artist, or they choose not to know the artist, or maybe it's like their 5 seconds of fame? I don't know. I don't really know the reason, but basically Lil Kesh came with his crew. And okay, now to be fair to the bouncer also, yeah, I mean, he had instructions, you know, a number of people to let come in. Lil Kesh came with a squad. I mean, that was a whole lot of people there. So 50-50. I mean, I think everybody was to blame, 50-50, yeah. Lil Kesh definitely wouldn't have a problem going in, but I mean, he came with a squad and the bouncer was given an instruction not to let everybody in. So, you know, he had to cut people out. And Lil Kesh wasn't having it. He wanted his whole crew in, you know, backstage with him. So yeah, I had to like get back there and pacify it. And sometimes you have people getting through the backstage and then trying to like jump into the crowd from beside the stage and stuff like that. So it was a little bit complicated. I just had to like rearrange a couple of things, sort things out, make sure some other exits are blocked. And yeah.
Obviously, Osby wasn't happy with some things that were going on at the backstage. Omar was doing the best he could do, that's the truth. Omar was doing the best with what he had at that time. But of course, Osh felt that Omar was soft. At a point, you know, he allowed some things to happen that shouldn't have happened. Basically, it was a bit of disappointment because Omar is very experienced. It's not the first time Omar is stage managing a show, you know, at the backstage, being there, doing all the stuff. So when you put someone like Omar in charge of a show like that, you expect everything to go seamlessly. Things weren't going seamlessly. There were one or two hiccups. Osh didn't like it. He felt, well, if I have an experienced person like Omar there, why I go to run up and down and do all these things? So it was in the heat of the moment, and I said, okay, he's going to take over it. And then there was an argument, and Omar decided, okay, fine, it's your show. I'm going to step out and all that. It doesn't make Omar bad. It doesn't mean Omar is not good. He's good at what he does, okay, but he made some mistakes, and Osh felt he had to take over at that point. But of course, it's because of his experience we put in there in the first place.
Go. Come to the show. Sorry, do you want to take over our show, sir? I'll take it over. Thank you.
So at my show, I expected things to be done in a particular way. And yes, we had issues. Artists weren't coming early enough, so they had to field in some other guys that were supposed to come in later for earlier. And then as so I had problem with the lineup and how it was coming. So I needed it to be sorted, and the only way to do it was to put my foot down and do it the way I think it should have been done. I tried my best to do it.
Guys, take this shit out of my face. Take it out. Fucking do shit. They said I should play it. That was one time. No, I asked him. I made it. Don't listen to it. Music is the feeling. Artists when they come,
The issue of timing at events is usually a major problem for the organizers, especially when it's coming from invited celebrities who like to dictate their own pace, regardless of the time the event organizers have scheduled for them to come and render their services or show their support.
Basically, there was a little issue with the timing, and you know, kind of like ran short of time, and the crew that was behind the stage, you know, supposedly to organize and, you know, like run the show flow from behind the stage, like who goes on and when who goes on, you know, and a number of minutes timing for every artist. They kind of like got a little bit confused, I believe. So yeah, not everybody, you know, could go on stage and perform.
This happens a lot in Nigeria when you plan events and then artists start coming late, deliberately coming late, all because they don't want to get to the event, you know, on time, you know, just like that. So we need to find a way to stop this kind of thing and then get to put events on time. It will help all of us, from the producer of the events to the people that are paying so much for tickets to come watch the events, and every other person that are working on it, or that is working on it. So please, let's all work to time. It was just all about timing.
The general attitude of artists, most of them, is that they believe that if you fix time for an event, especially in the hotel, you won't start on time. So if you tell them the show starts by 7, they assume you're going to start by 9 or 10. Even the upcoming artists, a lot of them now started doing shakara. You tell them to come by 7, they want to come by 9 or 10 because they feel well, and that's when they will have crowd to perform to. But it's not true. Even as at 7 o'clock, the show was filled up. Everywhere was full. There were a lot of people there. You understand? So, but it's very important to let them know. If your call time is 7, you should be there before 7 o'clock. Latest by 7 to perform. We shouldn't allow the guests sit down and wait for you because you're not there.
I think that's from 7:38. Now you want to start the show here?
At 7 o'clock, so they start to. Of course, you're not the biggest artist. The main A-list artists, of course, a lot of them, they're supposed to perform 10, 11, and they come very, very late. It's not good, but if the big names are coming late, the upcoming artists shouldn't be doing the same thing. So basically, you tell everybody this is the call time, the show starts by 7. Everybody is there by 7, we'll start. But it's not only on the part of the artists, even the guests don't come on time. I guess it's a mentality thing. In Nigeria now, we believe that show will not start on time. It's a cool hotel, they will always be late. But sometimes you can get there and be disappointed because you want to hear somebody and the person has already performed.
All that have a beginning, they say, must have an end. In the case of Your Daddy 7, the event ended a huge success with loads of beautiful performances. And of course, key lessons learned.
Your Daddy 7 was a great show. A great, great show because of everything we put into it.
But any which way, it was a good show because everybody worked hard, even if we had small, whatever. But I'm very sure for the next one, we're definitely going to be bigger because we're going to work harder and we're going to close the other lapses that we had earlier before, like the federal government, we're going to make patches.
All those who bought tickets especially, love you guys, yeah? All the supporting companies, fans, and all the family members, the crew that worked on the concert to make sure it was a success, even though there were a couple of glitches here and there and a little friction, but hey, we're still one family. We made it a success.
But I was glad that all the months and months of planning and preparation and sleepless nights, you know, and quarreling and fighting and everything, at the end of the day, the result be that. Then they see what's in the happen for training. Now, when the boxer don't win, they give them belt. So let's just forget about everything that happened. But I was proud to have been part of the production, and I must do my car.
Every day I see you on top, and I believe in you on top.
Join us right here next time for another entertaining series of the setup of your favorite events.